Millions of people are struggling to find the cash they need to make ends meet or to realise their dreams.
Applying to get a top-up on my loan.
50/65.
Thank you, Lisa.
OK.
We are looking to offer you a loan.
Many struggle to qualify for high street borrowing, making them vulnerable to illegal loan sharks.
I'm looking back now and I realised the APR for that loan was nearly 800%, which is...
But there are a growing number of community banks or credit unions that are offering a helping hand, whilst at the same time supporting the local area.
The confidence and the support I received empowered me to think bigger.
From household emergencies to and a rise in the cost of living is putting the squeeze on many household budgets across the UK. Latest figures show there are almost 9.5 million of us without any savings at all. It's a dangerous financial position for families. In order to pay for extra expenses or emergencies, they can be tempted into borrowing from expensive payday lenders or even loan sharks.
I think I've had 12 payday loans in the space of 6 months, and the feeling was just crushing.
My creditors started chasing me for their money, which I haven't got.
But a growing number of people are turning to community banks to help them manage their money.
Hi, you're right.
And the account just hasn't gone off yet.
Helen speaking. The membership number?
Credit unions are enjoying a surge in popularity, with their mission to encourage saving alongside responsible, affordable borrowing.
Your loan's been approved for the full amount of £700.
High on the list of reasons for needing a loan is going on holiday.
So have you got any ideas of where you want to go? Portugal. It's supposed to be very nice. Yeah.
86% of us took a break in 2016. And for most households, it's the biggest financial outlay of the year. For many low-income families, it would be impossible if they couldn't spread the cost by borrowing.
Was it for a holiday?
Yeah, Cyprus with my mum.
And it's going to be too hot for my liking.
At London Mutual, applications for loans hit a seasonal peak twice a year.
Usually with loans, you notice there's certain times of the year, so it'll be like Christmas and summer.
Nursing teacher Hayley is hoping for help with her family's summer break.
I normally apply for around £1,000, and that will go towards getting some holiday clothes and paying for a holiday.
Assessing her application at London Mutual Credit Union is loans officer Olia.
Hello. Hiya. You're right. Thank you.
Have you got a loan application on you?
No, I haven't filled one in.
OK, that's OK. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the loan application. Do you work with your own benefits?
I'm working.
Full-time, part-time?
Full-time.
Full-time. Yeah. OK, so what you need to do, I'm going to give you the loan application. You just need to fill it in, just roughly your salary and how much you're spending. So
Yeah.
OK, right. So I can see you're applying for £1,500. What is the loan purpose, please?
I wanted to get the loan just to pay for the summer for a holiday.
Holiday, yeah. So at the moment you've got £750 outstanding. If you do get approved for the full amount of £1,500, the repayment is £158 plus 20 savings.
Okay.
Do you feel this repayment is okay for you?
Yes.
To pay. So let me just check your documents. So you need, as a working member, last 2 months' bank statements where your salary is going.
Yeah.
Olia must now weigh up the information Hayley has provided.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you very much for coming.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. We check, obviously, income and expenditure, the credit history, credit files, and the history with us as well. We do check if member is defaulting on the account, if they're not defaulting on the account, if there is lots of charges paid for unpaid direct debits, maybe. If we can see that member is struggling to afford the loan, then we consider to cut down the amount that we can offer to sort of help them with the repayments in the future.
If I didn't get it, then maybe we wouldn't be able to have the holiday. I don't know if I'd be able to make the money up in time for the summer holidays. It'd be good to be able to go home and tell the children that we're booking a holiday. So.
Hayley can only hope that her existing loan won't count against her, as she waits to hear Olia's decision. Credit Union in North London, it's business as usual for the staff.
How are you? I saw you yesterday.
You can't understand my writing, can't you? It's a bit scribbly.
It's fine, it's fine.
Nice and warm today.
It's lovely, really lovely.
Vicky has been a member for over 30 years.
Before I joined the credit union, I'd never saved a penny in my life. I paid out a fortune in bank charges. I didn't know how to save, really, and the credit union has provided me with that ethic, if you like.
Morning.
Even saving a small amount has made a big difference over the years.
Of course you can.
Having a family to support and being a single parent for many years, I found it very difficult to save any money. I came down to London in 1985 and found Peckham Credit Union. It was in a little church hall at the time. I started off just saving a couple of pounds a week.
Lovely, thank you. And it's to go into your savings?
Yes, please.
Okay.
It's really good for me to know that any profits that are made go back into your community. It doesn't go off to some banker's bonuses or to some other country, you know. It stays in the area.
Hi there, how can I help? Cheers, thank you. Bye. Bye.
It's time for Hayley to find out whether her application for a holiday loan has been approved.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, please come in and sit down.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming back. So, yeah, we've processed your loan application and I've got good news for you because we can approve your loan for the full amount of £1,500.
Oh, wow.
If you get a loan over 24 months, your repayment would be £117 plus 20 savings. Or if you want, you can have it over 18 months and the repayment in this case would be £164 and that means you would have to additionally set up a direct debit for £27 a month.
Can I do it over the 18 months and pay the direct debit?
Yeah, that's no problem, of course. So all you need to do is to sign the agreements. There will be one copy for you. Are you going somewhere far?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe Spain for a few weeks.
Oh, that's so
yeah,
nice.
that'd be nice.
Are you going with your kids?
Yes.
That's
yeah,
very lovely.
yeah. They're really looking forward to. Well, they will look forward to it now.
We're all done.
Lovely.
Yeah, good luck with your holiday.
All right,
and I
thank
hope
you for your
you've
help.
got a lovely time there.
Okay, thank you.
I think it does mean a lot to most of our members because for some of them we're the last resource to get a loan and to get help from.
I got what I asked for and the interest rates are really good, so I'm pleased. Yeah, really happy. I've got George, who's 13, and Amy's 9. So, yeah, they'll be really excited when I tell them. So, they've already been looking through the holiday brochures, so, yeah, they'll be pleased.
The debt is soaring, with UK households borrowing beyond their means on personal loans, car finance and credit cards. Almost 9 million of us are already using credit for essential household bills, putting families at risk of plunging into debt unless spending is brought under control.
If you find that you're using that credit card more and more for everyday essentials, then seek help. Speak to a debt advisor or contact the Money Advice Service because you might be storing up problems for the future. That might be a sign that you might be in wider financial difficulty.
Linda was at university in Bristol and had a bright future ahead of her when she started to borrow money.
My debt problems started towards my last year of university. I had a sandwich placement year in Switzerland working for a big pharmaceutical company. I was paid, but before I went away, I thought I'd get an overdraft out. I thought I'd take a credit card out because I didn't want to be stranded in a foreign country without money. By the time I came back, I was maxed out on my overdraft. I was maxed out on my credit card. I was buying way too many clothes, spending money on brand name items, shoes, bags, and just racking up more debt than I needed to. I didn't worry too much about it because I thought, you know, when I get a job, I'll start paying it off a little bit at a time.
By the time she got home, Linda had already built up debts of £10,000. Then, her life took an unexpected turn.
I discovered that I developed a mental health condition. My degree was the last thing on my mind. It was a time where I felt very lonely, I felt very isolated. So it was very difficult. I mean, the debt, I didn't really think about it because I was more concerned about what was happening to me.
Linda was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and it put an end to her dreams. Unable to cope with her condition, she moved back home to live with her parents.
I was angry, I was furious because I didn't want to come home. I wanted to be independent and living my life and getting on with my life.
Linda concentrated on getting treatment for her condition. Repaying all her loans was put on hold.
The good thing about the debt at the time is, like, once you started earning 28 grand and above, then you would pay it back. So I just deferred the loans. The bank wasn't in any hurry for me to pay back because they still considered me to be a student, or graduate, if you like.
Deferring her student debt allowed Linda to focus on tackling her schizophrenia. But after 2 years, she still wasn't mentally well enough to complete her degree course.
And I got a job as a technician at the hospital. I was only on 18 grand a year, so I didn't have to pay my student loan back. But I attempted to start paying my credit cards and my overdraft off.
Linda's good intentions didn't last. She left home and got her own place, and her spending started to escalate again.
I was obsessed with spending. It was my go-to fix for feeling down, feeling sad, feeling upset. You know, it was a thrill to get parcels coming in the post every day. You know, it was like Christmas every day. It just didn't occur to me that, oh my God, what are you doing? Do you really need these things? What sort of life are you creating for yourself here? I just needed to fill this massive hole, gap, sadness, void, if you like, you know, and I just spent.
By this time, her debts had reached £15,000.
I decided I needed more money because my spending was still out of control.
Linda's answer to her growing debts was a new job with a bigger salary.
That sort of euphoria of earning so much money only lasted about 3 to 6 months when I realised that, oh my God, my debt was out of control. I was forking out 750 quid a month to creditors and I wasn't getting left with an awful lot of money afterwards.
The more she earned, the more she spent. Then after 6 years in the same job, redundancy loomed.
I knew my job was at risk, so I started applying for jobs. I didn't want to be like a sitting duck for when the bullet came. And it was only when I had to fill in a form for this job working overseas and I had to put down how much my debt was. And then when I calculated it, it was 28 grand. It was a very crystal clear realisation that, oh my God, this is a lot of money. So it was a big issue.
Linda did lose her job, and it was then that she decided to tackle her debt head-on. She turned to a debt management company that dealt directly with her creditors for a monthly fee.
My redundancy was just over 13 grand. I kept about 3 grand for myself. I gave 10 grand to the debt management company, and they managed to clear off about 21 grand worth of my debt with that 10 grand. And I was left with 7 grand worth of debt. It's a lot less, but it's still debt I have to manage.
Linda needed help to do that. She approached Step Change, a charity that gives free debt advice and specialises in solving money problems.
They made me take responsibility of my debt. They sent me template letters to write to my creditors. They did a budget plan with me. They did an agreement with me on how much I could really afford to pay these companies, you know? And it made sense. It worked. It worked for me.
It took Linda nearly 20 years to break the cycle of living beyond her means, and it's affected her life immeasurably.
It's been really tough. It's been really tough. My health has suffered a lot. Where I am now, I work part-time. and I work as a midday meal supervisor, basically your old-style dinner lady. And I love the job. It's just a really great place to work.
Despite earning less, Linda's finances are in much better shape.
I'm more in touch with how to live within my means. I'm more cautious. I know how to budget, how to look after my money. And I know when things are getting out of hand, when I'm becoming a little bit anxious, a little bit fidgety, wanting to buy this or buy that just because I'm unhappy. Looking back on my younger self, the advice I would give myself, be wise about money. Money is useful, but it's not the be-all and end-all of everything. And always have a rainy day fund. Always have a rainy day fund. Always put money aside every month. Always. And don't touch it.
Building up a small savings fund is an important way to safeguard against falling into debt. But nearly a third of UK adults say they haven't managed to save anything in the past 12 months.
I don't have one at the moment.
I suppose if you have enough money to put a bit away, it makes sense.
Well, yeah, I've got a rainy day fund, and it's basically money that was given to me by my parents.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've got it under the bed.
Money advice service expert Nick Hill recommends building up around 3 months' salary to see you through tough times.
A rainy day fund can help you cover unexpected costs. Maybe it's a job loss, maybe it's a redundancy, maybe it's a bereavement in the family even, or an illness. But a rainy day fund can help give you confidence that you can cover any immediate costs.
A really good way to build up your rainy day fund is actually to set up a payment as soon as you get paid to go out of your current account into a separate savings account that you don't take the card around with you. And that way, you're not actually getting a chance to have your hands on that money, because as soon as you get paid, it's whipped off out of your account into your savings account. You don't see it, you don't think about it, you kind of forget it's there until you need it.
However well you manage your money, sometimes everyone needs a helping hand with their finances.
Good morning. How can I help?
How much, sorry? 250? Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
In North London, Jackie has come along to her local credit union, London Mutual.
I've come in to apply for a loan. Well, I want to try and apply for £700. This bank is actually life-saving. They're really good, yeah.
Years of raising a family has taken its toll on Jackie's home.
I want to get the carpet as well as to do the garden. Oh, I've had my carpet for about 10 years. Because I've raised my children and now I've got my grandchildren, it's got wear and tear. I think grips you need to tear socks.
Over the years, Jackie has used her account to help out with all sorts of family expenses.
I've been a credit union member from about the 90s. Oh, God, quite a lot of years. Oh, I've had loans for my girls. So I had to go on a school journey and bunk beds for them in the past, as well as I needed a new cooker. So I found it really, really helpful.
Ticket number 318, please go to counter 2.
Hi there.
I haven't put all my paperwork, so I've filled in what I can do.
Right, I can check it all for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you get paid weekly or monthly?
Weekly.
So I need the 4 most recent ones.
Anything else?
And then you've got to put in all your incomes.
Yeah.
And then all your outgoings. Yep, that's it. So just fill in your work bit and the bit on the back. Bring it back with a proof of address and your pay slips, and it'll be good to go through.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Cheers.
Jackie will need to come back with her paperwork before her application can be assessed.
How can I help?
I've applied for a loan.
What was the purpose of the loan?
It's a holiday and notable birthdays.
While credit unions deal with personal finances, in Peckham, Jackie is back at London Mutual for a meeting about her application.
I'm here today to find out the decision if I'm going to be able to get that loan for putting some new carpet on my stairs as well as to do my garden up. I did ask for £700 so I could replace those two things.
Loans Officer Jay is looking over Jackie's financial history.
Home improvement is a very common loan purpose, and especially these time of the year as well, like summertime, and they like to improve their homes. So what I'm going to do now is just check her history with us. She's applied for £700. I can see she's had loans with us before, and she's repaid that well, so that's always good news. And she has money coming into her account here. It looks like she has her wages coming in. So what I'm going to do next is just check her credit file and see her financial history with other lenders. I said earlier, I'm not expecting the best credit score in the world. I'm just seeing what it is like right at the moment. And it doesn't look too bad to me at all.
I'm feeling anxious in case they say no, but I do understand they have a lot of other people to consider. And to be honest, credit union has really been a godsend to me in the past. Like, they've never said no, so it's always the first time. But hopefully, they say yes.
Hi Jackie, how you doing? You all right? Do you want to come in? My name's Jay.
Oh, I'm Jackie.
Nice to meet you. Do you want to take a seat here?
Yeah.
How you doing today? You all right?
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Remind me again, Jackie, what's the loan for?
It's to get some carpet, new carpet for the stairs, and
wow.
to do the garden up. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Have you got people coming in to help you out with that? Or?
I've got somebody lined up to do it.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Well, I have some good news for you today, Jackie. Your loan's been approved for £700, the full amount. The thing is, we've got two options for you today, Jackie. We can tell you've wanted the loan over 2 years. We've actually offered maybe to have the loan over 18 months. I mean, the option is still there for you 2 years. However, the thing is, if it was over 18 months, it would be less interest, but the repayments would be more.
I'll have to less interest, yeah.
Less interest, yeah? 18 months, yeah. I mean, the reason why we're able to give you the full amount is because obviously we've seen that you've had a loan with us before, pay that back. You're also saving with us as well, so we feel that it's, we are actually low risk and we're comfortable to give you the full amount. Have you got any questions at the moment?
No, I'm just, I'm just happy.
Okay, have a lovely weekend. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Really straightforward. She seemed really pleased. So yeah, we're happy. Good outcome.
It's just really good to be able to have that money when you need it. To have that money instantly, it's peace of mind. That means I can do it straight away. I can get that carpet for the stairs and I can do my garden up.